Elliot, where
Yeah.
are you right now? And which school are you studying?
So I'm a USC student, University of Southern California in California.
Impressive.
We just recently had two cases, like two students who get fired, like
Because of ChatGPT?
using ChatGPT on exams.
How diverse is the community or students in
Okay.
LLM major?
It would be like Chinese, Japanese, Korean. It would be like this. Most
Wow.
Asian.
One hard question, Elliot.
Yeah.
What is your favorite rule?
Rule? Rule?
Yeah.
You mean specific rule?
Yeah, one thing that you like it. You think that's really good to have.
Okay. I'm going with the First Amendment in the United States. So we have 27 something amendments, and the First Amendment is talking about the freedom of speech.
As a lawyer, logic or emotions?
Oh, both.
Can
should
you
have both.
Can you keep both? Okay, how are you?
Good. A little tired, to be honest.
Tired. You
Just
have a lot of exams, right?
Yeah.
You're done with exams, or?
Oh yeah. We just started the new semester, and actually this semester is kind of hard. I do have a lot of courses that is super hard. So.
How was the exams? How was the results?
Good, not bad. I hate one result. I think it's unfair because everyone besides me had the exam, and I was the only person who studied in the whole class and take the real exam. And yeah, it was 3.2, and I unfortunately don't like it because it ruined my GPA. But
who cares? Honestly, I
do.
You can.
Okay. For law students, everyone cares about the GPA because it's always like comparing to JD students here, and whenever your GPA is more than like 3.6, they will say you're good. Like, how can I say that? It's good enough for the comparison between JD students and LLM students. But if you're under the 3.5, it would be a disaster for your career because no one will hire you. It doesn't matter you're like a lawyer here, you will pass the bar exam or not. It's usually like law firms prefer to have more smart LLM students, and they think that being smart is related to your GPA. So
I see. Yeah, I think we are different in some ways because I'm a PhD student, you're master in law, exactly. And for engineering and PhD engineering, you should be good at research. You should have specific skills related to your field.
Yeah.
And GPA comes next, right? And I rarely see GPA requirements when I'm applying for jobs because I'm going to graduate in the coming months, in few 5-6 months.
So congratulations! So you will graduate in May? Something?
Not sure. It depends. If I can get good offers from companies, any job market opportunities, I will try to push myself to defend as soon as I can. But it depends everything to the market, which is not good these days. So you have
to apply. A good thing.
You have to apply a lot of different positions, and if you're lucky, you can secure one and then graduate and shift your life toward the job and industry part. Yeah, in the jobs I'm applying, I rarely see you should have minimum GPA of something. Honestly, I just saw one. They mentioned 3.5 or 6, which is not hard for PhD student to get. But for undergrad life, GPA definitely is important because if you plan to go higher education on master or PhD, they look at your GPA. And for law school, I think the story is also different because you're not deal with a lot of, lab work, experimental stuff, projects. You're mainly passing courses, right? That's the only thing they can evaluate you.
Yeah. We have like different courses, such as legal research, that it really depends on your research, but or legal writing, that it's totally writing. Everything is writing here in the law school. But yeah, like GPA is like the survival thing. If you get the good GPA, you can survive in this wild industry. But if you don't, you'll definitely dead.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So you, since you're a law student, I have a lot of questions regarding this AI stuff,
Yeah.
which is
Oh my
scary,
God.
right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So if you're writing stuff, because law deals a lot with writings,
Yeah.
and everybody knows ChatGPT is really good at writing or really bad at writing. Sometimes it gives you totally different things, right? You
I
want
know.
something and it gives you something different, but it's hard sometimes to realize that, and
Yeah.
it introduces a lot of errors in the system. So
Exactly.
how you deal with this ChatGPT and this AI related writing stuff?
There is a case, 2019, or 2021. Let me check it because I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check it for you definitely. But it's a case about a lawyer in New York who used ChatGPT for the cases, and to be honest, it was amazing. Like, ChatGPT create new cases for him that never happened in the whole American history. And then he copyrighted without even double checking. And he went to the court. And the thing that happened, judge was curious about the cases that he never ever heard about it. And he was double checking the cases that the lawyer gave for the litigation. And at the end, the court dismissed all things, the charges against him, and he lose his license because of that.
Wow.
Because the one element for lawyers is dignity and knowledgeable. They should be knowledgeable. And whenever a lawyer using a ChatGPT, it shows that they're not knowledgeable enough for using technology or using their own knowledge or resources to find a correct case for their litigation. And it's a disaster for a lawyer to lose their license because of that. So we cannot rely on ChatGPT, but it doesn't mean that it's not a good source for law students. I mean, lawyers have their own AI system that they call it like LawCon or something like that. I'm not sure because I've never used it before, but they use that AI as a resource to search on LexisNexis, and Westlaw. And though, if you don't know, we have like two websites that it is like an online documentary library that includes every cases that happen in the United States. From 1750 until now. So it's a big source. And that AI is connected to these websites and help you to find the cases very, very easy. And you're not dealing only with cases, you're also dealing with codes, and each state have their own specific codes. And if you want to find, like, for example, family code in California, you should search more than 1,300 codes, and it's impossible. So you can use those AI to help you. But at the end of the day, it's better to relate on your own knowledge as a lawyer, and then get a little help from those AI things. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally true, and I do agree with what you mentioned. I think we should rely on ChatGPT for technician-related stuff, not rely on ChatGPT.
Not even technician. I mean, you're the one who created ChatGPT, and I believe that it would go like so wild and far. But we should control it, like, shouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
It's too dangerous, I think.
Yeah, these days we see every student deals with this AI stuff.
We just recently had two cases, like two students who get fired, like
because of ChatGPT.
Yeah, using ChatGPT on exams.
Yeah, I've heard this story from a student from
And
Minnesota. They hired,
yeah,
they fired him. Yeah.
they usually in our school, whenever they find a student who is using ChatGPT, they just want to have the settlement. They offer him or her that leaving the school without any news, and they will accept it because if they okay, so it is a point in law schools in the whole United States. If you get fired, and if you get fired from the law school, one law school in the whole United States, you cannot ever, ever again attend to the law school. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter how ranked the rank of university, it doesn't matter that one. So you cannot even attend to the law school ever again.
Even the reason doesn't matter why they
It doesn't
fired
matter.
you.
When you get fired, and you cannot
Wow, that's scary.
go back.
We don't have such a thing. I know a lot of students get fired from one department in even Texas and get.
It's too hard even to get out of the school and then going back because we have the LSAT thing and LSAT exam. So it's even more harder to get into the law school. So people don't want to come out of it without a degree or diploma or whatever they call it. So yeah, it's hard.
That's really scary and hard.
Yeah.
I would have never used
remember one of the JD students just call it as a military service. Like if you're in the military service, you're just we cannot do everything that we want to do, and we should study and focus on legal writing every day because we should have 4 or 5 essays. It really depends on different states, but on the bar exam we have 4 or 5 different essays that we should write it in 3 hours only, and it's too hard. So
that's hard. Elliot, where are you right now, and which school are you studying?
So I'm a USC student, University of Southern California in California.
Impressive. That's one of lovely and the best schools in the
US. To be honest, it's ranked 19 in 195 schools here in the United States. So it's one of the best. And the thing that I really like about USC is their network. I know too many students who are from UCLA Law School that they cannot find a job after graduation, but USC have very strong network and they help us to find the job, even though we're not going to pass the bar exam. So it really a good competition.
Yeah, that makes totally sense. USC also is famous for MD and biological related majors. I know it's top 5 in our field.
So it's actually the one first rank in cinematic school because we're related to Hollywood, and everyone who just want to go into the Hollywood, they absolutely come to USC. But after that, I know that their medical school is rank 5, and the pharmacy school is rank 1 again in the whole United States.
Wow.
Yeah. Get a little help from my mom.
Yeah, you are. That's good to have mom's support always.
Oh my God, yeah, always.
Yeah, you. I think it's great to have family, especially in US when you're immigrants, right? Yeah. Students usually come alone. They don't have.
I know. I was here for I was alone here for 2 months, and then my mom came, and I really know the difference. I mean, I went to the hospital in that 2 months.
I know that's hard.
Yeah.
So which year you are, Elliot?
I'm sorry?
Which year you are right now?
Oh, the last year. So the LLM program is usually only a 1-year program, but I was in 2-year LLM program. So yeah, I'm going to graduate on May.
Wow, that's amazing. So what is the plan after graduation?
Oh my God, it's a hard question to answer, but I'm actually applying for SJD program right now, the PhD in law, and it's hard to get in, so I have the backup plan. I'm applying for jobs too, and I'm not going to sit for the bar exam. I know, because it would be hard to so I'll graduate in May, and after that the bar exam is in July. So we only have 2 months to study, and it is possible for some JD students who just complete 3 years of studying, but it's impossible for most of the LLM students. I only know 2 or 3 friends of mine who just passed the bar exam in that specific timeline. But usually people, when they graduate from LLM, they apply for OPT to have more time here in the United States, and then study at the same time when they're working for the bar exam. But yeah, so I'm going to apply for OPT too and see what's happening.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I hope the best, and I'm sure you're gonna get something out of it, right? Either JD or job. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. I just applied for NYU, and they were like, "You're good, but we're not sure." And I was like, "Don't tell me that." Yeah, but I'm still waiting for the results. So
JD is super competitive, based on my information.
It's not JD. It's SJD.
SJD, okay.
Yeah, it's too competitive. Usually each school, every year they just only get 2 or 3 students out of 100, and if you're too lucky, you can get a good school. But in general, usually people are not, and I hope that I would be. I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about LLM. What is important for getting into LLM in the US?
Your GPA, for sure. Your LLB GPA in Iran. Whenever you're applying for LLM, you're always seeing the first side on your CV or resume would be your GPA. Because we have different systems here and back to Iran, and your GPA shows that you're a good student, you're good enough to study in English and do whatever you want to do. And then your IELTS or TOEFL exam results. They just want to know that you can speak in English. And I saw a lot of students who got 90, 100 in their TOEFL, or 7.5, 8 in their IELTS, and they cannot even talk, make a great sentence. I'm not talking about daily speak. I'm talking about law school. So it really depends on your ability. To be honest, I never had a chance to sit for the IELTS or TOEFL, and I never did that. But I was studying English for more than 15 years. So yeah, so it really, I remember the day that I went to the embassy for the interview, and the officer who interviewed me, he was like, "Good luck." He even did not ask me more than 1 or 2 sentences, because it was like, "Okay, you can speak in English, good luck."
Okay, that's the only thing.
It's the whole thing. Yeah.
So what is the challenging part of being LLM student in the US?
Oh my God. The competition between LLM students and JD students. I believe that studying, let me say it that way. I believe that studying in the United States is hard itself. It's hard, it's competitive, it's hard to believe in yourself and study at the same time. But when you're comparing yourself to the native ones who already graduate from the college here, it would be more like a disaster. Because you should prove to yourself and others that you're good enough to graduate and come out of the school. So I do have a lot of courses right now with JD students, and they're always there are two kind of JD students. So let me clear that one. The ones who are always playing or watching TV shows the whole class, and they're not even paying attention to what professors always like telling them in the school. But they're the other part that they're studying every day, like very hard, and they're focusing on every single details, and they're asking a lot of good questions, and you should keep up the whole class. And if you miss something, you will miss it, and they're not going back for you. So it's hard to keep up everything and make every details understandable for yourself. But if you are an LLM student who is going to have all the classes with GIP1, it means that your classes would be all with other LLM students. You don't have much trouble in your education journey. So.
Okay, so how diverse is the community or students in LLM major?
My Chinese friends will be upset about it, but Chinese, like a big area, like 70%, no, 60% maybe, it will be Chinese. Then we have a lot of students from India, Pakistan, friends, let me see, Turkish students. There are a lot of Turkish students there. We're only two from Iran, me and Levi, and from Germany, Ukraine, Russia, a lot. It was a big shock for me that we have a lot of students from Russia. And Japanese, Korean, again, Korean a lot.
Korean, okay.
If I want to say it, it would be like Chinese, Japanese, Korean. It would be like this. Most Asian. Yeah.
I thought, Elliot, this major should be more American.
I thought it so, but it's not.
No, I'm not seeing any Americans in this. What's going on?
So Americans are always going to JD. There is no reason for them to sitting for the LM.
Okay.
In one case, they're going to sit for the LM if they want to continue their journey to SJD and be a professor in law. Like, if they want to go that way as like academic way, they will go to the LM. But otherwise, no.
So, what is interesting about being a law student?
Oh, the prestige.
Prestige. Yeah, I agree with that. When I'm seeing a lawyer, I'm thinking, oh, he's special or she's special.
Right? Yeah, like, I mean, here in the United States, it's a totally different story. I mean, they're everywhere, and they're too rich, and there's some bad and good ones, like devil or angel. But usually people do care about lawyers, and because the majority of society here in US, they don't know anything about law. I believe that there are more knowledgeable people in Iran who knows their rights and their laws better than here. So most of the people here, they even don't know how to deal with rules. So they need lawyers as the ones who are like certificate, like they have the knowledge, enough knowledge to help them. So yeah, the way that they are like treating lawyers here, it's totally different. And if you are too lucky to get into the big law firms or the ones who are like related to like technology or like if they're working with the law firms who are related to the startups, they're making money or litigation or like governmental issues. But if you're working as a public defender or like a judge or prosecutor, it would be like something you will have the money, but not enough, I think. Yeah.
There's always question that I want to ask from a lawyer about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you watched Better Call Saul TV series.
I did.
Or yeah, okay, I'm happy you watched it. So do we have good lawyers and bad lawyers?
We do.
Okay.
We absolutely do. If you just want to be a doctor, a good doctor, or a good lawyer, you should know the ethical code. So in that case, you will not ever again be in trouble. But yeah, it's up to you.
Okay, what makes law students special?
Special? Every students are special. It doesn't matter which major they are. But
okay,
I believe that law students already kill themselves to be a law student. And it means that they study more than 7 years and they just do whatever they could to get into the law school and get out of it. So they're very hardworking students and they're too smart. I believe that. You should be smart enough to understand each courses, the meaning of the law and the rule of the law, and be able to practice. So I'm not saying that each students who are graduate from a law school, they know how to practice, but most of them, they only need like 1 year to 2 years experience to find out their way. And then they're like, they're like a bloom who just become a flower. So yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you think what is the most important criteria that law students should have? Or for someone who is planning to join the university as a law student, what criteria?
Hardworking. Only hardworking. I mean, oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
Thanks,
we have
Mom.
another. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, the rational ability to make good choices and find out which way is correct. So yeah, in general, if I want to say, you should be yourself first and try your best. And if you don't know something, ask. There are a lot of things out there that you don't know, and you shouldn't. I mean, usually people who get into the law school, even JD students, they're like 21, 22. So they finish their college, they study for the LSAT, and then they pass the LSAT and start their journey in the law school as a JD student. So they're usually 21, 22 years old, and we don't know everything in that age. So you should be able to ask a lot of questions and don't feel bad about it.
I think smart lawyers should have someone as a backup. Sometimes
for sure.
you can reach out, like your professor or someone who you believe is really smart.
We always have supervisors. Like, it doesn't matter which year you're a junior associate, or you're just working as a law clerk, or you just get into the big law firm as a senior associate, or even a partner. Even partners have their own supervisor. I mean, the other partners at the law firm, they will help them for giving them some advice and all those things, because you're not a prophet in this field. You don't know everything. Always lawyers ask each other. For example, I know a litigation lawyer who is always working with the corporate lawyers, and they're asking each other a lot of questions and advice, because whenever you're going to represent for example, big company like Apple, they should know how the corporation there is running. So they're really related to each other. So, and you cannot understand every terms in those litigation, or for example, M&A, merger and acquisition. you should know someone who is a specialist in that field.
Yeah, that's true. So one hard question, Elliot.
Yeah.
What is your favorite rule?
Rule?
Yeah.
You mean specific rule?
Yeah, one thing that you like it. You think that's really good to have.
Okay. I'm going with the First Amendment in the United States. So we have 27 something amendments. And the First Amendment is talking about the freedom of speech, religion, beliefs, and gender, and all those things. So, and about freedom of speech, it includes hate speech too. Wow. So I really love that. And yeah, so First Amendment, I think, is the point. It is the amendment that makes United States as a United States, and it gives you the power to talk about whatever you want. If you just turn on the television and start watching CNN, you will definitely understand what I'm talking about.
Have you ever think of being instead of someone?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever think of being instead of someone?
Oh, being someone else?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's hard. Someone who I just want to be. Okay, I know writer. A writer who she was a philosopher too, Hannah Arendt, and do you know her?
Unfortunately.
So she was a philosopher during that specific time, in 1940, 50 something, and she was describing the whole ideologic thing behind the World War II and the leaders. So she passed away in New York, 1975. And she was a true philosopher, the politic philosopher, and German-American historical writer. And she has very specific life. And I think if you just read her books, you will definitely understand what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I cannot. She's the best one who I can pick, but I can absolutely say that she's one of the best.
What was the name again? Can you say her name?
Hannah Arendt.
Hannah Arendt. Okay.
Yeah. So if you are a bookworm, you will definitely know that.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. But as a drama, I can say, if you guys ever watched Suits, I love to be Louis in that specific drama, not Harvey Specter or Mike. They're good. I mean, they're the main character, but Louis is the one who always make a mistake and handle that. I mean, you can see the whole drama that Harvey Specter always says, "You're making too many mistakes. I'm going to fix that," and all those things. But at the end of the day, Louis is the one who do everything, and everything is on Louis.
Yeah, man of act.
So yeah, I love his character. I mean, he's so cute and dummy, but yeah, I love his character.
Okay, my next question is a little bit even harder.
Okay.
So, as a lawyer, logic or emotions?
Oh, both.
Can you keep both?
So, the first ever question that professors are asking us in the law school is, what is important to a lawyer? What are their jobs? And the answer is, we're telling stories. Here in the United States, we're dealing with juries. And that means that you should be a good teller you should tell your story the way that you want to make the jury feel that. So you should have both rationality, knowledge, logic, and even be so emotional. Because if you cannot tell your story the way that makes every one of them in the jury members, every one of them emotional, getting like crying or be sad for you, you're not a good lawyer at all. And you cannot do it based on the heartless robots.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do it that way. So we're the ones who should telling the story. And everyone in the whole world, people are coming to us and they're telling their story to us. It doesn't matter it's a murder case or it's a litigation or it's a personal injury or it's even talk about their companies. It's always about people's story and their lives. So we're dealing with their lives and we should pick the way that it's the best for them. So yeah, I think both.
Thank you. That was a great answer.
Thanks.
So Elliot, if I want to ask you what has changed from the time you entered to the US and before that time, what you can say?
A lot of things. I became more patient about everything. As an Iranian here in the United States, it would be hard for you to deal with everything. And as you always mention in your stories and in your page, everything goes very fast here. I mean, if you live in a big city like New York or Los Angeles, it would be definitely even faster. And you cannot keep up everything. Like you cannot deal with every details that happen in front of you. And whenever you're just like trying to get, for example, applying for OPT, you should finish your studies, you should graduate, you should deal with your exam. At the same time, you should file your immigration status things. You know how hard it could be. And you should apply for another visa and you have like a specific timeline. So you're dealing with lots of things at the same time, and you should keep tracking your health status too, the emotional damages, and all those things. So you should be definitely more patient. We don't have lots of things that we had in Iran. We don't have our friends. We don't have our community anymore. I mean, yeah, in Los Angeles, Valley, Sherman Oaks, there are a lot of Iranians, but they're not going to accept you. I mean, me, myself, no, they're not going to accept me. And it's a fact. And I don't care about it, to be honest. I'm the one who I want to be, and I can make friends. I have a lot of international friends who respect me, and that's the point that I really want in my life. And you should just pick one path that you feel more confident with and continue. So yeah, I think it makes me like more patient and more open-minded maybe. I grew up in a very, very open-minded family. My mom taught me a lot of things that I never felt alone here in the United States because I grew up that way. I never had I never had a problem with like homosexuality or whatever they call it, or the points that they're so casual and usual here in the United States. So I never had a problem with those. And I never felt alone in that way. But yeah, I make friends. Yeah, is it hard? Absolutely. Is it impossible? No, not at all. You can make friends, you can go out, you can hang out. For example, I don't drink, but everyone does. So we're going to the bar, and they always make sure that nothing besides lemonade is in my hand. So you're the ones who are like protecting me. and we're always get together and like talk about everything. So it's part of their casual culture. So you should get along with them and just be yourself, have your own place, and get along with them.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I think, as you said, time is passing so fast, and
yeah,
we should be more careful about the stuff we're doing and not wasting time. That's the thing I'm always thinking about. Yeah, don't waste your time.
It's like a blink. If you blink in a moment, you will like, you cannot even realize that, 2 months, just go ahead.
Yeah.
It's like a blink.
Elliot, what makes you keep trying? What makes you not give up? Sometimes the mood is not there, right? You're sleeping and you want to just sleep. Why I'm trying that much hard? Where I'm going? What I'm trying to reach? What is the main thing that makes you try every day and not give up?
You know what? I had those feelings a lot recently, and I can absolutely talk in confidence about those things right now because I know the solution. Harry, we only live once, and it's our chance. Like I don't believe. I mean, I believe. Logically, I believe in something that will happen after this life, but it's not of my business. I'm just living right now, and I just want to make everything that, like, it's an experience. If I don't work, if I don't study, if I don't travel, if I don't make friends and talking to them, so what's the point of life? I mean, you should do something for yourself. You should enjoy your life, and it's not based on all those tragedy things that everyone says. Keep your life, enjoy it. It's such an experience, such a wonderful experience. It's not. It's too hard. I mean, studying is too hard. It's frustrating. It makes you feel like you're the most hateful creature in the whole world. But it's a part of life, having those feelings, the feeling that you don't want to get out of your bed and try one more time. It's part of the living. It's part of the life, and that makes us as a human. If we just want to fail, it's too easy. Just go out and do nothing. You're the failure one. But if you just want to make something and then fail, it means that you at least try. And that trying is the thing that makes us human. And I believe that experience is the part of our life that we can truly enjoy it. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard, please. It's not about the culture that I'm living right now. Even I was in Iran, I was thinking that it's the end of the whole world and I cannot do whatever I wanted to. I had that feeling. But then I realized that there are a lot of things in Iran that I can enjoy, and that makes my life. I have such a wonderful experience living in Iran, make friends who I really respect, and they're like part of my life. So yeah, just being a failure, it's not a bad thing in your life. I failed a lot. Like whenever I'm trying to ask a question in the classes and I make a big grammatical mistake, I fail. I feel that, oh my God, just shut up. Just don't say anything else. Don't make you embarrassed more. But then it's just a question. And usually my professor always, when they hear my questions, the first reaction would be, oh my God, that's a wonderful question. And I'm like, okay, I said it with a very messed up structure, like is instead of are, plural, singular. I just ruined the whole grammar. but they understand, and we're international students, and no one cares what are we talking. I mean, at least you should know what are you talking about, and you should ask the question the way that they can understand. Yeah, but it doesn't matter you're making a grammatical mistake or your pronunciation is awful or you have accent. No, they don't care. The thing that they really care and it's all about is the way that the thing that you're questioning them. So if you have a really good question but with really bad accent, doesn't matter. Say.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is like living your life, accept yourself, the truth, and love yourself. Nothing more. Nothing goes to like it's not a calculus. Nothing goes to the end. Just be yourself and enjoy it, whatever it is. I mean, if you can change your situation, if you can change your journey the way that you want, change it. But if you cannot, just enjoy it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah,
it's
agree.
A one-time experience.
I always say this to my friends, to students who are in contact with us and watching us on YouTube, Instagram. I say try your best. Never blame yourself for if you're not getting the place that you're trying to, because sometimes stuff are out of our control. I asked one of the students who is in MIT and who won gold medal in Olympiad in the world. And I asked him, what is the worst thing and the biggest challenge you had? He said the location, the geography I was living in the past. Yeah. And that area made my life super hard. I had to try really harder to reach to the place that I'm in right now. But he tried, and now he's a student at MIT and he's going to graduate soon. And he's going to be one of the great scientists in his field. He tried and he got what he was trying. But sometimes you're not getting there, right? You have to keep trying. Never give up. And I think we shouldn't also be output oriented. Sometimes I say that, but some people believe you have to get something. It's like studying in academia. You're doing your PhD, you're running a lot of experiments, but you have to publish at the end a paper to get graduated. And I believe this is not true, and I'm against this in academia. Yeah, I think the point is just trying hard. And
exactly.
So, Elliot, my last question I usually ask students: do you feel happy in life, and what is your definition for happiness?
Yeah, living your life. It is the happiness. Definition of happiness is too wild. Someone can be happy with food. I'm that kind of person. But the other ones, I know a lot of people who are too successful, like Steve Jobs and those kind of people, and they're not happy in their life. And I know a lot of people who have money and they are happy in their life. Unfortunately, in our generation, it's all about money, and I truly believe that. As long as you can make the good percent of money that makes you feel like safe in this world. I mean, it really depends on the area that you're living, but at least the average. I'm talking about the average. You can have the average of money. You should have the other things that makes you happy. But the definition of being happy, it's a little wild because maybe one of my friends, I know her, she's happy with traveling and not staying in one place. If she travels, if she always going to different countries, different states, see and explore whatever she wants, she's happy. And I cannot be that person. If I don't have it, home as a home to get back into, I'm not happy at all. So it's too hard to answer that question, but being successful right now, graduation, passing the bar, the path that I'm into it. If I can get into the SJD, if I can be a professor, if
Wow.
someday in the whole future, if I can be a judge here, that makes me happy because it is a thing that I'm reaching out. I mean, that's my goal. It is the path that I put myself into it and try to get it. It's achievement. So yeah, but maybe if you ask me this question, 10 years from now, I would definitely answer like I don't know. I would be happy if I was in Japan. I don't know, maybe. It is too important to at least know yourself and find the path that you want to be into. And yeah, I think I'm on a correct one. And I really like it. I really enjoy it. I was talking to a person who was like, why do you love law? It's too hard. You're dealing with a hard deals, and you're always dealing with criminals and all those sensitive matters. And I was like, yeah, it is the reality that I'm in love with law, and it's a part of your job. It is the reason that I didn't want to be a doctor, because I cannot handle the smell of blood, or I cannot handle if someone's died in front of me and I cannot do anything for them. But in law, it's sort of different. I can be myself. I can do a lot of wonderful things for humanity. I can or I can be a bad lawyer and ruin everything. It really depends. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think it would be like just choose whatever you want to be. There are a lot of things out there. I cannot be a good artist. I know myself. I cannot be a good artist. I don't have that creativity. I cannot make anything from nothing. But I can think rational. I can make choices, and I'm good at it. So that's my way. And I really respect others that are like big artists, or they're big writers, or they're big doctors, or even they're the ones who are dancing. They're wonderful. The way that they're using their body, and it's their habit. It's the thing that they want to do in this life. So yeah, it's just the happiness is whatever you're feeling good with at that moment. So yeah.
I think that's great achievement. You know what you like, and you're doing what you really enjoy, and you're studying what you really like.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best thing ever that can happen to someone. And I'm super happy that I talked to you today, and I wish you the best. And we can't wait to hear good stuff, achievements, being a professor, being a judge in near future. You're graduating from
being a judge. It's too hard. If I pass the bar, I should at least work for 20 years to be a judge. So.
Okay, we're still here.
Yeah, we're still here.
No worries.
Yeah. Thanks for all those sweet words.
Yeah, thank you, Elliot. Thank you, your mom being back up. And
yeah. Oh, no, yeah, she's always saying that. Could you please edit those parts?
Sure, I will spend a week for this video to edit, so Thanks. It's not like coming out immediately. I have to spend some time to.
I have only 2%, okay. And I really enjoyed this conversation, Henry. And I believe you're one of the best out there who is helping others to like get their goals and get the true information here. And I really appreciate the thing that you're doing for others. I think you're one of the great. So
thank you.
Yeah, continue. I know it's hard. It's hard to manage everything at the same time, studying and then social media. I know it's hard, but continue. I believe that you're getting the best achievements in your lives, and yeah, you're doing great. Keep going.
Thank you. Okay. Have a great rest of the day. And
yeah, thanks. You
talk
too.
To you soon.